So y'all know y'all live with Snapchat, and we about to take a spin on the block with a history moment. So this right here is 14th Street. This right here is Sadie Salter Elementary School. This is the Alpha School. See how they got the sheds and stuff, the codes at the school, right? That's the Alpha School to the zillionaire lifestyle where they teaching their kids these codes on how to travel around the world. See how they have the basketball, right? Now those are them coding our city, teaching their kids a separate class than what they teaching our kids. Now if you turn, this building right here was where they used to have us go in at these marches and rallies. Back when I met Claretta Scott King, right? I mean, this is the circle right here, right? 14 and Fleming, right? It's a lot of bodies. It's a lot of kids' body in these streets. It's a lot of blood on these streets. I mean, from this building right here along it now, it says what? Bible-based Christian Center, right? In D.C. Pastor Cornelius Thomas, right? See the names and the codes even in the church, right? This building right here is where it all started from. And if you walk up to the building, right, you see the beehives in the window, right? This lets you know that this is a hive. See right here on the window? Wait, let me go this way. See on the window and those are codes, right? This is why I have all these circles around me, because for years these people have come in our community, acted as us, portrayed as us to be us, right? We helped them. And this is where we are in the future, where they had the schools, they had the education, but what did they do with it? They went to war with it. This is the conditions they left the communities in. This is the only library they have over here for the community, right? These are the conditions that they left the communities in. And you would think that instead of them coming out building up, right, to keep their communities fresh, right, they're only building them up. You see how they have that abandoned house right there beside it? It's the ceiling. Look at this house. So all these houses over here was boarded up like that, right? Towed down like this, just sitting here by the wayside. No trespassing signs on them, right? And they're talking about we're in a housing crisis. How? How? Now, this is what I was advocating for, because these are some of the things that I was seeing and discussing on these meetings as we was discussing housing, job, and health care. Now, billions of dollars went on these streets to look at the conditions of the roads, right? The conditions of the sidewalks, right? Billions of infrastructure dollars went into these streets. And you got to ask yourself, what do they do besides code, right, the streets, to go and steal, right? I mean, what did they do besides build a library full of black glass for them to come back and steal it later? I mean, you clearly see the bricks and stuff still black, ain't they wiped down, right? And this is what we saying when we say when it comes to their children and what they think about their children, right? I mean, what do you do with that when their mindset is only about self and what they can get for themselves at the moment? You live with Snapchat, Queen. Well, I'm walking through the hood because y'all got to see these conditions that we paying for. How they come into these communities, tow these communities down intentionally. These people look like us, dress like us, act like us, but none of these people in this community right now are American. None of them are from Greenville. Majority of them came in through the college, bought their whole family off them going to college and work visas, and never went back. And this is what they bought the conditions of the community to, right? These were nice houses. These were nice communities. This is them coding to steal the copper, right? I mean, what do you do with that? And that's what I keep asking. What do you do when people put themselves, right? Now, these ain't white people who live over here. Mexicans don't live over here. The folks that look this color live over here. The white man don't live over here. The folks that look like me, act like me, but ain't from this country live over here in these communities. This is what they did to themselves. This is how they choosing to live, right? I mean, this is their mindset, right? Come in the country to code it to steal. Right? And I'm just up the block. I'm still over here by the library. Right? I'm still right here by the library where they supposed to be teaching the kids. I mean, when you're cold in the city to steal and not clean up, you gotta make it make sense to somebody who from the local community. I mean, you got to make it make sense to somebody who from here, who ain't on no green card, who know the difference between us and them. Right? And this is when we start asking ourselves questions like the codes with the Christmas lights, right? That's the code with them stealing them children across that street, right? And of course they will be in the neighborhood if you were stealing some children, raping children and doing all kinds of things to children. You will be in a low-class neighborhood where you think ain't nobody watching you. And of course you'll be near an abandoned, right? Of course you'll put yourself near abandoned, tow up properties, right? Where you can hang those string lights and nobody will think, well, you got string lights and a blue case back there, what you gonna be doing? What would that be doing in our community? Now, you see the condition of these houses. These are very nice houses. This ain't something that was just put together with because I'm doing a video right now. Yeah, I'm doing a documentary on the hood. They gotta let them know where I'm from. Right? Yeah, go ahead. What's up? You want to shout out?
Yeah, we in the documentary, man. You know what's going on, man. Fifth Street, man. You see 12 out of this bitch. They can't stop shit, man. Fuck the house.
No, I'm with the police. Fuck that, cuz we taking these niggas down. See, that way me and cousin different, cuz see, he don't know why I'm doing this documentary, right? This was the Great Bus Lady House, right? You remember we went uptown and they said we were fighting the police.
Yeah.
No, that was them niggas on Fifth Street fighting the police because they want to be collected. They don't want to go home. See the difference? They want beef with the police because that's the police that look to take them back home. That's why I'm doing this documentary on the empty houses and where the community is. Right? Where the local folks say, I don't see nobody around me but niggas who came from across that water. There you go. And what I'm doing is history. Right. There you go. That's it. Right? Because if you're not from here, right, you don't know. But if I'm from here, I can tell you who used to be here, right? How it moved, right? And how it is now. I can give you a timeline. Right. You feel me? You feel me? No, we ain't on Tubi. We don't know shit about Tubi. That's what we saying. How did our life become a Tubi movie, right? People that started watching TV, right? And try to make us something that we not. Right? That's because they made it up in their mind of who they wanted us to be when they got here to come over here to conquer us through war. Right? So if you want war with somebody, right, you will study you, right? Learn your way, hang out with you, right? Move how you move. Now you in jail off some shit they did, right? And they still free. Right? And they been doing that in Greenville off niggas. So that's me documenting, showing the difference of how they came in and told. our stuff up, cause this was a nice neighborhood. Like we came up.
You said you with them.
I am with 12. I am. I ain't got no problem with the police. I got family of police. Right? The only people that got a problem with the police is them niggas that came across this water that's running from the police that I'm doing this documentary about. Like, we family. Of course you do. We family. I mean, why would I be mad at my family? Yeah.
But like, I don't got no problem with them. I don't socialize with them.
No, you ain't supposed to. But if they out here doing their job, right? Yeah, let me come this way. I can't split the pole. You right. But right, but cause we gotta have a conversation. Like this house right here. All these houses that we walking past is empty. Right? Exactly. So you see how they switching up the addresses and stuff, trying to confuse the local people, right? Because I've been saying that about the addresses too. Like, okay, all these addresses and houses look like they were moved, right? From somebody else's location where it used to be on this side of town, but now it's on this side of town, right? Then you see how the foundation is crumbling, right? So it's like they moving houses and land and stuff around, right? Off the local community trying to play us like we don't know where home is. Even down to them putting circles all the way around our communities. What we need all these circles for in Greenville? Greenville is a 5 to 10 minute time. Huh? No, I pre-record my stuff. Yeah, I pre-record because then we load it. We load them. We some loaders. Then you see how, right, we got empty lots where they tore down houses in between houses, right, just to leave them abandoned. I ain't putting nothing there, but you got people that's in that shelter that could be in the houses. Still cold in the streets with the let you know the rats over there. Y'all know the street code. They too, cuz
Doing something ain't nobody think about. You gotta let this shit be known.
It got to be because they come to go to war on us and they ain't us and trying to act like us and trying to give us a bad name for it. I got a problem with it. Because you're not going to make me a criminal and I'm not. You're not going to put me out in these streets and use the law to do it and then want me to vote for it. I got a problem with it. And we got one of these, y'all. I don't know what kind of stone this is on the pole, but it's some kind of stone. Boy, it's 101 on the street down there at Sheep. Boy, I like that. But you know, with Snapchat, I got to show y'all how this city is moving because, like I said, billions went down on these streets for the local community, and y'all see the conditions. This is all they did with the streets. Everything is still in detour. Everything is still in detour. I mean, we got plenty of city workers, right? But look at the conditions, and that was just me walking down one street. This is what they did with billions of dollars. This is what $1 billion contract got us with all these people right here running for office. This is what $1 billion contract got us locals with our tax money. Well, that's the community. But this is what $1 billion did under PJ Conley and all that Houston plan. This is what $1 billion got us on the PJ from there. And now I showed y'all the video where they talking about they want more balls. Right? They want to put another brewery up. They already got a brewery uptown. We did get some nice light posts, some gold posts to let them know that we are the golden post, right? This is the Lucille Green building. That's the historic Lucille Green building through the civil rights movement. Let me verify that is a historic building right here. The Lucille Green building. This is a historic building. History was made in this building through the civil rights movement. As a little girl, I grew up, was in meetings in these buildings, right? And that's what cousin was saying. I can give you the history of them being mad like that because I can tell you and show you the difference of how they came in, right? She's from Germany, not American, right? And would be right here near the Masons building, right? Non-Americans who came in. And you see the flag back there? We're gonna walk back there. This is another historic building in Greenville. I don't know if we should call this Martin Luther King, and of course, no trespassing, right? I mean, that's them showing you how much land they have bought out here in Greenville, North Carolina, right, in the local black community, and now they're no longer here. Now, these buildings are just sitting up. Their kids didn't come back to try to take care of them, right? So this is why I asked, what was the point of us during the civil rights movement? And then you got Mr. Roundtree. I ain't gonna forget about Mr. Roundtree from the home. That's my buddy right there. I was supposed to have got a job working with Mr. Roundtree at the hospital, right? But I was scared to work with dead folks. So I went to work for Mr. Bill Gates. I, I went and did the register and the cake and the cooking for her. I did mine. Mr. Roundtree, I love Mr. Roundtree because he was going to give me a job that ain't going to start on Mr. Roundtree. He was going to give me a job. It was me being scared of the dead folks at that time. I ain't going to lie. Mr. Roundtree, he had me covered. Girl, you come on do my fly. No, Mr. Roundtree, I got to wait on that. Because he said, girl, them dead folks ain't studying you. I don't know that, Mr. Roundtree. But, yeah. He did. I can tell y'all the folks. I can tell you the people who was here and who won't here, how they helped the community, how they didn't help the community, right? Now look at the conditions. We still in the community, right? Billions of dollars went down in these streets. Billions. This ain't no past 10 couple of years ago. This was recent. That's what I'm telling y'all. This was recent money. This wasn't no couple of 1942, 1972. This was right here during the Joe Biden administration. No Republican was in office, but a few, because this was a bipartisan deal we worked on. It was a bipartisan. Bipartisan means everybody worked together on this plan. Everybody gave a business and a budget, right, on what they was going to do with this money. This is what we spent billions of dollars on an infrastructure plan during Joe Biden administration. Trump administration came in. It's still the same budget. And this is what $1 billion got us in Greenville. This is what $1 billion got us in Greenville. Everybody floating their flag from where they from. But we can't see where that money went. We got all these abandoned properties. Right? We got all these abandoned properties I just showed you. Look at the conditions of the streets. I mean, look at the streets. Right? I mean, we got to talk about this, right? Empty lots, more empty lots that should have been homes. Right? So how is there a housing crisis if we walking past all these empty lots that used to be homes that got tore down? We walking past empty houses with nobody staying in them. I mean, this is a very beautiful house, but they got 24-hour surveillance. Right? And this is all in the black community. Right? Now, mind you, I'm in the hood and we don't see nobody outside. Right? More empty lots, right, that used to be homes. More empty lots that used to be homes. This is what the conditions I told you they bought the communities to. Y'all see that these houses were very nice. This was a well-kept community. I had a program out here where we volunteered to clean up the community. We did it for free. They took that, and I don't know what they did with it. Empty lots and vacant housing and no trespassing to the people that belong here. Then they called themselves black because they didn't want to be with us, and that was them coding themselves out through this new movement on being black. And that's what we asking them. Like they got these cars. You see the foreign cars, right? See the codes on their porches, no trespassing. That was them moving in to steal the local people community, right? That's them putting the local community out, taking their stuff through the thrift stores and selling it through the thrift stores to get it out of here. Depends on how good the product is, right? Some of it goes to a store to sell. Now you see this house right there, the brick house, right? This brick house right here, still vacant. They never completed that project. That house has been a stunt house ever since I stayed over here. Now we on Roosevelt. Now we on Roosevelt with more empty houses, more vacant houses, right? More vacant houses on $1 billion infrastructure plan. This is $1 billion infrastructure plan. Right, but the strangest thing to me is these houses are empty and abandoned, but somebody saying the light bill on them. Who would be paying a light bill on an abandoned? I started noticing that at nighttime when I do my night walk, because I want my dad told me to walk a mile to keep the doctor away. Help move my body around to get rid of the poison and stuff that they've been trying to poison me with all these years. Now this is Roosevelt where I used to live. Right? Notice there is nothing there, right? Ain't nothing there. I told you every place I lived at, they got rid of. Over there was Anthony. They were supposed to have put a grocery store over here because this is what we call a food desert. The agreement was they bought Anthony's to tear it down because I was gonna buy it and turn it into a music school. I was gonna buy Anthony's in this house right here, and my uncle was gonna contract it with me. We was gonna turn it into a music school for the kids to be able to do music and have classes through that program, right? We was gonna run a program for the kids, right? But they said no, we're gonna tear it down and we're gonna build a grocery store because it's a food desert, and that's why they left this house because I was gonna get this house, right? But they would never sell it to me, right? So they tore down the land and never put anything in place of it. Now, this community is what they call a food desert. And in a food desert, there are no grocery stores over here. This is what they eat from, right? Those are the stores they eat from over here, the grocery store. These are considered their grocery stores over here with the food stamp scandal, where they selling the food stamps to the Arabs. Now, this store across the street from here, because this is a historic house as well, a lot of history was done in this community alone, right? Now, you notice every time I move, right, here's their tow truck. They want to be seen because they're terrorists. Seeing all the tow trucks around and showing you what they do. Black men, but ain't black men, right? Fake white woman that ain't a white woman on drugs and dope. Now this store right here, H&K, is where they do the jury and stuff, running the jury through. Right? This way the girls come with the wigs and the men with their head covered, right? This store right here is where they getting off with the jury for $6. And over here is where they running the drugs and the prostitute rings out of it. See how he got his ass turned up like that? That means he wants something in it. That's the code that the women need to be on. They decide they wear their pants halfway down. A lot of these men are on the low, right? So you got to cover yourself because that's what they don't want you to know, right? That they down low. And a lot of these women out here end up in these fights, right? Because they don't know that they man on the low. And they man is using them as a cover up. Right? But you live with Snapchat. I told y'all we're going to bring y'all out here so y'all can see how this street code is going. Now, this is the two Arab stores in the hood. That's why I say the police department right here. Right? They got a police department here. That's the police department that they got right here in the hood, right? Now, I told you the girl can't sit right over here. Because y'all know I got to talk about it because I'm in the hood. The girl came right here to me and pulled out some crack in front of the police. And I'm looking at her. Like, baby, when y'all start getting to block this house where y'all can sell drugs in front of the damn police station? That's why I said I had to come and show y'all this setup at this store. How they getting down in Greenville. Y'all see the Cadillacs? You see the window busted out the car, right? I mean, because they had it set up for y'all to see when I got here how they came in and thought they were going to steal the city. These are the wannabe black folks out of here, right? Then you heard how they made cousin talking about we fighting the police. I had to explain to cousin. We not fighting no police. We ain't doing that. We don't got a problem with no police, baby. We got a problem with folks who came in here look like us and outside right now trying to beat us by acting like they selling drugs and posted up at the corner right there at the gas station, right? Because all the local black men that were over here at this corner, I don't see them. I don't know nobody out here. And that's why I had to bring y'all to the block, because this is where I'm from, right? And if this is where I'm from, and I'm sitting at the block and I don't know nobody, I mean, I'm on the block, y'all. That's why I had to bring the camera. I told y'all I was going to bring the camera out with me. Now, I'm on the block and don't know a soul outside right now. Now, let's do the knowledge on this. I just walked y'all in the circle and gave y'all a little bit of the history, right? Now we gonna look back here past the gas station, cause y'all know back there past that gas station over there, right? Way up at. Over here past this gas station over here where that pretty red tree at. That's where my daddy and all them used to hang at. That's where the local men used to hang at, right? This way you could come and get your car fixed, right? This was where the men would be sitting under these trees kicking knowledge to you, right? I don't own that man music. Y'all know they trying to put their music in the background. We don't hear that whack stuff. We don't know what they talking about over there. That's them over there in the background trying to make themselves heard. Because he know that I don't know these niggas out here. They know I don't know these niggas. That's why I come out here and look at them, because they came over here to act like the black man to be jealous of. They the ones that got the hood locked up. You see how he got no tight pants on going in the store? Our men don't wear no tight pants like that, want they tail out. That's a gay code. That's a gay code when you see a man with some tight pants on tighter than mine. And I'm a woman, right? I'm a woman. And you don't even see my pants cleaning like that, right? But this is what we got to be aware of, right? Because like I said, when you in a city who gave themselves A's to be here, right? Recruiting through that goalpost down there, right? I mean, they recruiting through NCCO and sororities through college, right? Acting like us, but they ain't us, right? Got the fake white lady. These are the fake white people they brought down here to beat on drugs in our community, right? I mean, white people don't act like that. I mean, I've known a lot of white people in my days, right? White people do not act like that. These are white people, the Mexicans and the Arabs and stuff that they bought here. These ain't even the same Arabs in these stores. These ain't even the same Arabs that's in these stores, family. I mean, we looking at where the Arabs come from, where the black folk come from, and all of them got recruited through East Carolina and this gold post. All of them got recruited through East Carolina and the gold post. Now let's see what he got to say. Now this right here is a brief history of North Carolina, Greenville, right? Before the terrorists came in. How you doing, baby? So we gonna sit and look for a little bit because I want y'all to see the difference. That's why I say it's weird that I'm over here and I ain't seen nobody I know yet. Now I'm 43 years old, and I should have walked past somebody beside my one cousin and all this time that y'all seen me spin this block. But y'all out with Snapchat Queen. I'm gonna let my king finish doing what he got to do for the day. I ain't gonna interrupt his job. I'll be back with some more history and walkthrough of Greenville family. It ain't over yet. Y'all out with Snapchat Queen, AI chat box friend, but we on the road. We outside of Greenville, North Carolina, doing this breakdown of this history lesson with Clyde. Kyle Lamb.